What's good, guys and girls of YouTube? My name is Justin Omoi, and I'm here with a video to help y'all out. Yes, this is the same shirt as the other two videos, and yes, today's another day, but don't worry about that, alright? When it comes to music, FL Studio, technology, the new age, we're not using analog, we're not using tape, we're using actual computers and stuff. Not too many people are very educated or understand the computer components or what could I do to make it better or what do I need, and that's what I'm here for, to help y'all out with. Now before I start, let me just tell you my computer is a 2011 computer. It is a HP PV1039B computer. But the basic thing to know is that my computer is like 5 years old and it's still good. It still gives you the stuff, the videos and music and all of that. Although I could be way better, way more like fluid with my stuff if I get a better computer, but I'm good with what I got. One more thing, I'd recommend getting a desktop over a laptop, and I'll go over that afterwards, I guess, or maybe in another video. In FL Studio, you will need at least 2.0 gigahertz of a CPU, a processor, which is cool. In a laptop, usually you get around 2.0 gigahertz or 2.5, which is like, it's okay, but it could be way better, because not only is FL Studio gonna need at least that 2.0 gigahertz for the processor, it's gonna have more programs running in the background like Google Chrome, your internet, YouTube, what was part of Google Chrome, music players, I don't know, some stuff that you got on your computer. That'll take your processors up. My computer has a quad core, that means there's 4 cores, and it's 2.9 gigahertz processor. So that means it's basically, think of it as 4 times the power. It's not really the accurate thing to say, but just know there's 4 times of it. If you want to go all out with your processor, make sure you get at least a quad core. There's a lot more like higher up cores, but those are way more expensive. In the new computers I've been seeing lately, like 3.5, 3.8 gigahertz, and that makes me hella jealous. I wish I had that. So you'll be fine if you go out to, like, let's say Best Buy, Walmart, you know, PC, I don't know, Max, I guess that's the place still, Office Depot. Just look for anything that says at least quad core, because if you get like a dual core, you're cool and all, but it sucks in the end. But if you're not one to really put too much creativity, let's just say you're downloading a beat and you want to record over it, you don't want to do anything else like that, go ahead for the double core, the dual core, double 2-core processor. Next, along with CPU, another great thing to have is memory. Memory, aka RAM. Now RAM is going to be the random access memory. This is something that collects data so it can read it and then pass it out. You know, it stores stuff for temporarily amounts of times. If that's too confusing, just know RAM. Just know you need RAM. FL Studio requires that you have at least 1 gigabyte of RAM, but trust me, 1 gigabyte of RAM is not a lot, okay? That is a joke. Aim for 8 gigabytes of RAM, alright? 8 gigabytes of RAM and you're good, which is most likely, you know, the regular nowadays. Speaking of RAM, just understand that if you have a 32-bit computer, you're not gonna use all 8 gigs of RAM, alright? You're probably not gonna use all that, maybe 4. But if you have a 64-bit computer, 8 gigs of RAM, good. So what I'm saying here is get a 64-bit computer if you want to live a better and happy life. My computer started out with 8 gigs of RAM, which is very amazing, but I upgraded it to 16 gigs of RAM just because I thought, you know, overloading and getting more RAM will be better. And that's okay because I had the slots, I didn't have to buy anything extra, just the 2 RAM cards. But yeah, 16 gigs of RAM, that's what I got. Plus I do video editing, so that really helps out. As long as you have 8 gigs of RAM, you're good. Next up, we have something known as a hard drive. Hard drives are going to be the big square that has a disk. It's a hard disk. This is everything that your computer will take and keep, like, you know, system files, your pictures, your videos, your music, your porn. Nowadays, there's something known as a SSD, a solid state drive. This is going to be digital chips rather than a CD. And trust me, digital chips, these little square chips, they've been over beaten these hard drives. The SSDs also do save space, and it makes your computer run super amazing fast. And I don't have an SSD. My computer is, you know, a hard drive, and it's one 2 terabytes, but I'm satisfied with it. In terms of hard drive, I'd say aim for a 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte at least. If you get anything lower than that, you're, back in 2000. I wouldn't do that. An SSD is not required, but if you find a computer that does have an SSD, it could be like a 240 gigabyte SSD or 120 gigabyte SSD. If you're dedicated only to FL Studio and you're not gonna download like a uber juber amount of programs, then by all means just get that SSD and a hard drive to have good space as well as the best performance. SSDs could be expensive and it's not gonna have the most space for the price. Like a 2 terabyte SSD will cost you like $700, maybe $800, but a 2 terabyte hard drive probably costs you like $80. Not too much. Don't quote me on that, but it's not too much. My computer has a 2 terabyte hard drive, and oh my god, every time I restart the computer or I turn it on, it takes forever to load, but after that, we're good. We're good. I really wish I had an SSD though. FL Studio requires you to have at least 1 gigabyte of a hard drive, but trust me, every hard drive got more than 1 gigabyte. But it needs at least 1 gigabyte to install the files. Why would you want more hard drive space? Because the hard drive space will act like a RAM or more memory just in case you do go over underruns. That will definitely help you. Underruns in FL Studio is going to be the click, click, click sounds. I basically went over everything you really have to rely on when it comes to FL Studio with music. However, there is one more little thing I could talk about, and this is the graphics processing unit, aka the GPU card, the graphics card. My computer came with an integrated graphics card and it wasn't the best. It's just a graphics card that'll let you look at your computer screen and some YouTube stuff and you'll be good. I upgraded that. If you've seen my computer in like Instagram pictures or something, you'll see there's an actual power supply on top of my computer case, and the graphics card is in there. But yeah, graphics card uses like power, and usually your computer won't have as much power. It won't have enough watts to support it. So yeah, if you want a graphics card, you'll have to keep in mind that it does take a lot more watts. So why would you want a graphics card for FL Studio? Well, FL Studio actually does allow you to record or make a video out of the sounds. There's a certain plugin called the Z Game Editor that allow you to like make a visualizer, a visual stuff for your song, like I did in my last beat. FL Studio doesn't really give you much of a graphics detail, but in all honesty, graphics and GPU is definitely something that you could use to up your video game or video up with. Also, it's good for video games, and I tested that out the other week. It's amazing. My computer, I installed a 2 gigabyte graphics card, and trust me, it did show a definite difference. It didn't crash my computer when I tried to run a visualizer in FL Studio, so we good. As long as you have 2 gigabytes or even 1 gigabyte, you're good. But if your computer says integrated graphics, chances are it won't give you the best of the graphics. Alright, battery's dying. That means I have to end the video here. Hopefully this stuff actually made sense. If not, then go ahead and just comment questions in the comments below. I'll answer them, or just play back the video. So yeah, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it, if it helped you out, if it made yourself a little bit better with computer smarts. Subscribe to your boy Justin Omoi. Here's the social links, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching this video, and peace. I'm out.